Names? Jacinta? Sim? Joe? Okay, and eventually. Yes, and hi. And Navi, and Kat and Tanya. So welcome everyone. We will need a feedback because we are experimenting with the sound system again, and if anyone would like to tell us if we are audible, if you can hear, that would be widely appreciated. And I'll wait for it. So starting from the basics. The basic message of non-duality is that whatever is present right now is everything that you ever need. You have it within you. The presence, awareness, the aliveness that you are is already shining. There is nothing that you need to get. There is nowhere that you need to go. There is no one who can teach you or give you or tell you anything. It's a simple recognition. It's a recognition of that which is ignored and overlooked because the mind is constantly, the attention is constantly distracted by the dream, by seriousness of the dream. Let me see if we have any feedback. Sound is good. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you, Sol. Yeah, beautiful. Yes, so that's the paradox. People spend decades looking for something, trying to find themselves, trying to find their authentic self or higher self. And it has never been hidden. It is shining in a plain view. It's just ignored because of the distractions of that which stands in the way. The drama, the human drama. I am not good enough. They don't love me. I don't have enough money. All those dramas take attention for the ride. And nobody is guilty of that either. It is just a setting of that machinery. If you look from the life's perspective, life as the energy field, intelligence energy, Bob would call it, or just the field of potentiality, which is totality, everything, without any separation. That life, to actually be able to express and experience being a totality, it has to dream of separation. It has to dream itself a vehicle. Otherwise, there is no reflection. One without the reflecting surface cannot know itself, cannot experience or express itself. So this is just a story also. But in that story, you can see why the whole dream of creation come into existence. You can see how you go to sleep at night and you dream yourself a body. Your body, your physical body is lying flat on bed, motionless. But your dream body is walking, running, flying, whatever it does. Your eyes, your physical eyes are shut and see nothing. But your dream body has eyes which can see, lips that move, conversations are happening. So the dream body is happening in the dream. This one is no different. It feels like this is physical, but that is because that particular dream, in this dream, we have time. Time is dreamt into this physical dream. So there is a context. The way the body is dreamed in this is dreamed as if 20 or 50 or whatever years ago it was born out of the food and the energy of the breath that the parents had, and it over time it grew to that point right now. But that time is an element of the dream. It's just how this particular dream is constructed. Your dream at night doesn't have that much of it. It's a different sort of part of a processor that is projecting that dream at night. This daydream has much more neural networks engaged into projecting it. So when you see the trees in your dream at night, you don't wonder, oh, how old is that tree, when it was put down, or when is the building being built? Because time doesn't exist there. It's just the present moment, ever fresh. And there is a response. And you find yourself as that point in consciousness responding to whatever is happening with very little insight of even who you are or how you got there. But this dream is a little bit more elaborated. This dream has context, is very engaging in a way that Everything has origin, the cause, the time in it. But if we look again to the direct experience, there is no time. In the direct experience of this ever-fresh present moment, the time is a dream. If you think of yesterday, where is it now? Is the thought, is the mental projection, is an image. If you think of the time of your birth, or the time when you were 5-year-old, where is it? It's a thought form. So all the past is a thought formation. And because the dream is persistent, the illusion is persistent, it feels like it did happen. I remember. But again, is the characteristic of the projector that improvises every moment. Memories change. You go through the therapy and memories will change. You go through psychedelic experience and the memories will change. They're unreliable because they are constructed ever fresh in this moment. The whole past happens in this moment. And so does the future. Future cannot be experienced in any other way than the thought. So non-duality is bringing attention to that present moment, ever fresh present moment. In this present moment, as the dream unfolds, there is the persistent illusion of doership and control. That's again an element of the dream. And again, that's the characteristic of that processor. The life dreaming itself a body, and that body has a capacities. It has a capacity, and Bob has this beautiful little elaboration to just bring the all nature into the picture. If you think of a capacity that the bird has, the eagle, very, very good eyes. It can see the mice from a kilometer. Humans don't have that particular capacity. They have other capacities. Humans can't fly by themselves. Eagles and other birds, they can do that. But we have different capacities. Life is experiencing and dreaming itself different bodies with different capacities. So human capacity is to hallucinate the past, for example, is to label everything, is the language, is the reasoning capacity. Because of the reasoning capacity, it can build itself vehicles in which it flies, or it can build itself telescopes or microscopes, and it can see better. So it's a beautiful capacity. It's an amazing capacity. It increases life's capacity to experience and express. But this is the capacity that this human pattern has. And it is inbuilt in that so-called body-mind, which is again, is the consciousness dreams itself, the body-mind. So in that, one of those capacities, the labeling, the language, the construction of time, belief in time, experience, seeming experience of time, because the belief makes it real. Like being a child, believing in Santa. Santa was real. You write a letter to him. So any belief somehow modify modify the experience of the dream. But again, knowing that this is the projector generating the behavior. Is projector generating the illusion of time, generating the illusion of doership, generating the illusion of control over the dream, like in that funny metaphor of the mouse sitting on the head of an elephant and giving it instructions where to go. And as long as the elephant goes the right direction, mouse take a credit. Yes, go forward. And it goes forward. Go to the left now. And it goes to the left. Now go to the right. And it goes to the left. Shit. Frustration. Now, what am I going to do? I'm the doer. I have to control my life. I have to control my thoughts. I have to control my feelings. And I fail. Ouch. That is that part of the projector which creates psychological suffering. The illusion of self that is being in charge, that is controlling the world, and itself, seemingly, is a cause of psychological suffering. Because the body is responding to the environment according to the way it has been conditioned. There really is no control. We don't know what we're going to be thinking in 5 minutes. We don't know how we're going to be responding to new situations. The body knows in a way, because it always improvises the best possible option in regards to whatever capacities or conditioning or scripts it has. And the body has very, very basic function. It protects itself to enable life to experience and express. So that self-protection, that protection program, survival mechanism, it ensures that there is thirst appearing, and then there is attending to it, or hunger, or cold. And generally, it is a very, very simple binary pattern. What feels good is right for survival, and what feels bad is wrong for survival. So it is really chasing pleasure and avoiding pain. As we see the little children naturally attracted to that which is pleasurable, and naturally moving away from that is painful. And same every other animal. And if you watch your body mind, how it interacts with the world, that's what you're going to see. If you watch in that open space, being pure consciousness that is just cognizing whatever is happening, noticing whatever is happening, that's a fascinating adventure to see how your body is going to respond with that curious openness, like, I don't know, what am I going to think? Let me see. What am I going to do? Who knows? Where am I going to be in 5 years? Well, life will reveal it. And that's the freedom, because in the freedom of being curious in the moment, not being completely trapped in the story of me that is failing because it's not controlling the life well enough. Life is pretty simple, just like it is pretty simple for the eagle or the elephant, maybe not for the mouse. And it's pretty fascinating, because it is an amazing dream. It is every moment is fresh and new, and it's filled with sounds and sights and sensations and thoughts. And if there is no attachment to the idea of control, then there is nothing wrong. If there is no responsibility held by imagined self, that I have to get something, I have to understand something, I have to become someone, then this moment is perfect. There is nothing wrong. And again, this comes Bob's beautiful, what's wrong with right now if you don't think about it? And that's the proof in the pudding. At any point throughout the day, if that pointer comes up and you see whatever the turmoil, whatever the drama, where is it when you don't think about it? You see, it vanishes. Without the thought, there is no drama. Without the thought, there is no self. There is a sense of presence. A sense of presence never goes away. The sense of presence is your essential nature. But without the thought, that sense of presence is not in the body. It's just here. It doesn't have a shape of the body. Because for shaping the body, you need the thought. For having an idea that, oh, that sense of self is me, is I, and it has this type of values and this traumas and this childhood stories. That's a lot of thought. Direct experience doesn't contain any of it. It's just here. It's just here and now. It's the presence that can't be sensed in any way, but it can't be denied either. You can't say that it is warm or is cold or is buzzing. Sometimes the energy moves in the body if you have a couple of coffees all at once. But that's not it. That buzzing happens in that field of knowing, which doesn't have any capacities, any color, any temperature, nothing. But it can't be denied. You know you are not unconscious. Being conscious, being aware of existence, that's what Bob calls the consciousness. Is the existence utterly aware that it exists. And we all know we're existing. It's just the idea that we're existing as something or someone who is incomplete, who is not good enough, who is not enlightened and could be or should be enlightened. The idea of becoming enlightened, what a nightmare. and chasing that idea for decades. I'm speaking from experience, and I think a lot of people can relate to that. Chasing the idea of extreme ananda, constant bliss. You know, what that survival mechanism, that storytelling machinery projector, which is wired to chase pleasure and avoid pain, constructed that incredible vision of endless ecstasy, of continuous orgasm forever, and it calls it nirvana or enlightenment. Of course, if such thing is on the menu, yes, everyone wants it. If someone doesn't know that it is on the menu, they are not seekers. They will be free from seeking. They'll be getting along with life just well enough. But having that sickness of belief that there is something supreme to be attained, it is just a dysregulated survival mechanism which imagines pleasure beyond measure that has to be attained. Because if you believe that it is possible, yeah, absolutely. There's no bigger thing in life. That's what it is made for. The whole dream body is made for attaining the ultimate bliss. And of course, people would say, it's not about pleasure, you know, it's a cosmic union, joining in love to all the creatures and recognizing oneness. Yeah, how pleasant is that? Just let's face it. The whole beauty of the idea of spiritual search being profound and godlike is just search for pleasure. So Bob often say, drop the search. But can you? As long as that belief is there, the search will go on. So we have to deconstruct that belief. And one of the ways is, what is wrong with right now? Unless you think about it. And then if you really pause the thought, and for a moment there is a gap in which there is obviously nothing wrong because it requires the thought to make it wrong. Whew, yeah, it's okay, it's peaceful. Well, but where is the ecstasy? Wait, it's peaceful. Isn't that wonderful? It's just dwelling in that peacefulness. And the ecstasy, the pain and pleasure are appearing on it and in it. There's no such thing as endless pleasure, and neither there is such thing as endless pain. You know, when people experience torture, they have to be altered. The pain has to fluctuate. The pleasure has to fluctuate. Otherwise, the whole machinery is wired to not see it. When the temperature is even, you don't notice temperature. When it gets cold, yes. When it gets hot, yes. Same with the body. Unless the body aches or it sits in an uncomfortable position, it's not brought to the attention. So if there was a baseline level of pleasure that was really high, very soon it would become norm and you would know nothing about it. So chasing experiences of pleasure and avoiding the experiences of pain is what the body-mind machine does. And you are the presence in which that chase happens. Because I can tell you, we have a couple of cats here. Those cats, when she will offer them a little biscuit, a little kibble, they will chase it. That never ends. The body naturally follows its instinct, just as it follows the instincts of running away from danger. And let it do what it does. That's not a problem unless you think about it. Nothing is a problem, really. Realizing that this moment is not incomplete unless you think about it. And finding peace and making it enough. That peaceful presence is enough. And seeing how the mind is calling for more fulfillment, more pleasure, more love. And just, thank you, darling. Yes, of course. That desire, that original cause, which caused the dream, the desire to experience and express passing phenomena, it will be there. And let it be there. Let the body notify you when it's cold or hot. Let the body notify when it's hunger or thirst or danger. But you as the presence, how you could be completely detached, completely free from taking it personally. At this moment, life is a little difficult. This too shall pass. At that moment, well, there is a lot of pleasure. I want to keep it. I don't want it to go. I want more. Well, experiences will change. That's the nature of the dream. It's fleeting, it's moving. Nothing stays the same. But the presence in which it happens, that is what never changes. And this is how that dream of enlightenment got misconstrued. You know, if enlightenment is something that is going to happen tomorrow, or maybe in 15 minutes, or in 10 lifetimes, then what is it, if not passing phenomena? And if there is a longing in the heart, and you really, instead of asking your mind what you're really after, if you ask your heart, you will see that you're not after the mind-constructed idea of endless pleasure. You are after that sense of completeness, that reality that is peaceful and never changes. And it is already present when the thought is not. And it is already present even with the thought. Because when the thought stops for 1 second, and you are still existing, and you see there is no problems, then the thoughts can come back rushing. It may be unpleasant sometimes, but the pleasure and displeasure are also just passing phenomena. And there's nothing wrong. There is so many practices around the world to silence the mind, to meditate, to practice. They have absolutely nothing to do with realizing the essential self which is there, whether you practice or not. But it might be handy to silence the mind. It may bring more pleasure. Also, mind that is disciplined makes more pleasure. The dream is easier when the mind is obedient and disciplined. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The screen on which disciplined and undisciplined mind appears is untouched. It doesn't matter what the mind does. Like Nisargadatta, addicted to cigarettes, gave him throat cancer. And he kept smoking one after another, dying of it, being in pain, and kept smoking. He says, I don't care. The consciousness expressing through the body has its expiry date, and it will run its course and it will die. If there is no movement towards breaking the addiction, that's no movement for breaking the addiction. If there is a movement, there is a movement. Neither of that is I, neither of that is better or worse, neither of that is on me. Because again, looking from life, that source energy, that energy field which there is this original desire, one could say, to express and experience, to just see itself, love itself, appreciate itself as other. It cannot separate, but it can dream of separation. And in that dream, that one field is beating every heart of every creature. It is growing the grass, it is moving the planets. It's the same essence, it's the same energy that is creating thoughts in the head, that is creating imagined self in the body-mind mechanism. Because without it, it couldn't wake up from it, could it? It needs to fall asleep first. But waking up is really just from that illusion. Just like waking up from the illusion of Santa Claus. You'll still be showing up under the Christmas tree, but, it's just a play. So waking up is, everyone's already awake. It's just a recognition, simple recognition that there is nothing to get. Everything is already here. The presence is here. The consciousness is here. It's just to realize that the attention is distracted by the dream, by outrageous, ridiculous dream of endless pleasure later. So this is where Bob comes with that beautiful idea coming from Advaita, that reality is Sat-Chit-Ananda and illusion is Maya, Nama Rupa. This is Maya. So reality is that which never changes. Presence of consciousness and stillness, that never changes. Just this and nothing else. And the nama rupa, the way the dream unfolds, the name and the form, the body, the dream body, the waking dream body, the thoughts, the feelings, anything that come into form and gets out of the form is Maya, is illusion. It doesn't happen. It is a dream. But what a dream it is. What a beautiful dream it is. If there is no involvement, if there is no sense that, I shouldn't have done that. There is something wrong with me. I'm unlovable. I don't deserve to know the truth. There is I, the obsession of me, of I. And again, decades of seeking, and that obsession of me getting something that will make me feel complete and make me feel enough. Just because the dream says that I'm not good, I'm unworthy, I'm limited, I'm small. That is the dream that we can, in this waking dream, wake up from. And then when I wake up from the dream of the illusion of being separate self, I'm the life, as I always have been. At no point I took one breath or beat my heart or grew my hair. At no point I manufactured a thought or feeling. I wouldn't know how. Life was doing that right from the front, right at the beginning, and it always does. And so it does with every creature, because through those creatures, through those 1,000 eyes, it can see itself, it can see reflection of itself. Through those 1,000 vehicles or 10,000 vehicles, it can enjoy the illusion of separation, enjoy the dream. And when that realization happened, that this is all one essence, one field, one energy animating every single body, there is the same energy in every one of you and every other form, sentient or insentient, is the same energy. Then the dream gets lighter. It's still there. The dream will continue. That's the point. And if the dream is there, well, let it be. You can appreciate it without any sense of judgment. If the judgment arises, that's part of the dream. That's an inclusion. Awakening from the dream allegedly exists when the body drops dead, but it is not happening right now. And right now is everything there is. Right now, awakening to the dream is recognizing that is the same one life doing everything. It's the one life moving the blood in your vessels, in the blood vessels. You're not doing it. It's the same one life making you sit the way you sit, hold your head the way you do. We have a lot of extra music today. Let's see if we can... yes, David says good morning and gratitude from James and Catherine. Yes, you guys, please contribute, ask questions, comment. And that was beautiful, Kat, as always. Looking around the room and I'm aware of the experience here, we have the impression, the appearance of movement, bodies moving in space and time. And this body moves apparently in space and time. But but the actual experience, sort of behind the eyes or whatever, is looking in, it's still. It's stable. But we see bodies moving, but for each of these bodies, actually, the experience behind that seeming movement in time and space is stillness. It's stable, it's stability experience. So, this body moves upstairs, makes a bed, vacuums, does whatever, but sitting behind that is always a stillness, an unchanging sameness.
Bob always says, are you unaware? But you're aware of everything that you're doing Yeah, all the time you're aware.
Yeah.
But you identify as a body, which you're not really. Your body's experiencing it, but you're, the awareness is there all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. And that is stable.
That
is unchanging. That is same throughout. Everything else seemingly changes in space and time.
And as Bob says, everything is always forever fresh and new.
Fresh and new in the moment.
In the moment. But most people, you could be walking in nature and these beautiful trees, but you're not really, you are there experiencing it, but if you're identifying with, you might have had a fight with a partner or something, so you're not really, you're still in the past, which doesn't exist because it's already gone. The fight was always fresh and new in the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't exist. There's no way to ever bring it back because any seeming supposed memory is actually happening now, right now, always right now.
And you're only, as Bob said, you're not experiencing it. You're only recalling it all the time.
Are you?
Yeah. Well, what I mean.
I do know what you're saying, and this is the limitation of language too.
Yeah, he always says it's just recalling it.
Yeah, but it's still fresh and new.
Yeah.
So it's not exactly as it seemingly was. It's always fresh and new in that instant.
And that's content of space.
Yeah. Yeah. But if it has a beginning and an end, if it changes, this is part of the dream. You think about when you're dreaming, it's very similar. You're kind of looking in to the dream and everything is changing, but what's observing, watching, aware is still.
Yeah, just one energy.
Yeah.
Just one energy. And it all comes in a different form. You're one form, whatever, the tree, the couch is a form, but it's all its own form.
Expressing, that's it, one voice. If you can use the word mind, one mind, you can't find. Yeah. It's all one, just expressing seemingly differently. Yeah. And how can anything be intrinsically wrong, better than, less than, in an appearance, in a dream? Just is. And it's the words and the symbols, the concepts, which facilitate that difference, comparison, not enough, different to, separate from.
With many years like that.
Yeah.
Attached to the story.
Yeah. Yeah. Detachment, as you say. Yeah. Not grasping, not pushing away, just relaxing into it, accepting.
Want to speak? As Nisargadatta has this pointer, this pointer which Bob really liked to quote. Dream is not your problem. The dream is not your problem at all. He says, you call, how was it in the beginning? You call the life, no, it doesn't matter. Dream is not your problem. Your problem is that you love one part of it and not the other. The problem is having that personal preference, because straight away there is a person coming into the picture, like this, I like this. And this is a natural urge that the body is following pain, pleasure. But creating the imagined self that takes credit, claims credit, and believes this is me, this is I like it, I don't like it, that causes psychological suffering. You are the field of knowing that the body likes this or doesn't like this. You are the presence, the empty screen on which the body is following its urges. When it needs the toilet, it finds itself on the way to the toilet. When it needs a water, it finds itself getting a water. But this is not you or I doing it.
You and I is the presence in which it happens, is the pure consciousness in which the action happens. And that one makes it impersonal. The body wants to fart. Okay, so what? I mean, how personal is that? Who is to feel embarrassed? Of course, if you are well socialized, you'll leave the room. But nothing is a problem. Suddenly, life is unfolding as it should. Every situation is fresh and new, to be discovered and to be appreciated as a fresh and new situation. You give your eyes to life to see. You give your ears, you completely surrender to life and let it experience. Every moment of a dream, look at reflection of itself in the forest, in the room, in the kitchen, in the bedroom, wherever it is. Just let it experience. That which never changes, the empty screen, is a pure knowing, Sat-Chit-Ananda, knowing, being, and preferring to be. So that's what you are already. Without knowing what you are still. Without knowing, defining yourself in any way. There is existence, there is presence. Definition comes with Maya. Oh, I'm a mother, I'm the daughter. Oh, I'm ship's officer, I'm a wife, I'm a widow. Those things are conceptual images that we put on ourselves. See what is your conceptual image of you and see how it changes. See how on a good day, oh, I'm all right, I'm fine, I'm doing well, I'm well adjusted, I have friends, roof over my head, I'm grateful. And on a bad day, oh shit, I want to die, I hate this dream. So is that the same I speaking? Who is speaking? You see, this is just a narration program, a piece of software translating whatever is happening in the body. If there is tension in the body, there will be maybe an experience of pain. And then the narrative will come, oh, there is something wrong with me. Oh, I have blocked chakras, or maybe I have a gallbladder or something. That program is a brilliant piece of software which basically translate the urges into the understandable, communicatable language. So there's nothing wrong with the narrative. It's just when the narrative says I, and there is a strong belief that there is some little creature, some miniature little me that it applies to. Like I stub my toe. Obviously, there is now, I'm talking I, the body. I'm not a miniature little thing, I'm the body. Or I feel disappointed. The body doesn't feel disappointed. It might be the urge of displeasure translated by the mind as disappointment. Now there is a different I. The I constructs itself as an emotional self, as something fragile or vulnerable. See, what do you think you are as an I? And see how, when you see what it is, you see it from the space-like awareness. I believed when my search was going on, I believed I was that vulnerable emotional self who doesn't want to be hurt, doesn't want to be rejected. That typical survival pattern which just avoids harm, avoids being harmed. But for me, it was personal, it was deep, it was inflammatory, it was the preoccupation with that vulnerability was practically constant. Social awkwardness, shyness, existential angst, feeling not enough, and trying to fix it with self-help or anything or everything. And that's just an image. That's not the reality. That's not what never changes. That which is vulnerable, that which is fragile, that which dreams of respite from psychological suffering into a bliss of enlightenment. That one is ever changing. It comes and goes, is a wave, is a movement of energy. Sometimes it is not there, sometimes it is there. But the presence is there throughout the absence and presence of those energy fields. So obviously, I must be prior to those emotions, to those emotional self, prior to that construct. So it might be helpful to just reflect and look.
who am I? Who do I think I am? Or what am I? Or even where am I? Where am I located? And if I'm located maybe somewhere here or somewhere here, how do I know that? There is a knowing, even if there is a location, the sense of, yeah, maybe, no, I can't quite place it, but somewhere around here. How do you know? How do you know? There is always that space-like pure knowing, that consciousness, which creates those illusion of location. Apparently the whole machinery here has a capacity to create, and also in the animals have the location-based self. The cat knows its size. It will jump to the height that it feels comfortable. It will go through the hole that will usually push through. They know the size of the vehicles. Just the same way, like when you drive a small car on the road, you kind of get the feel of the size of your car, and then you go to a big truck and you kind of get the feel of the size of your car, but you're not your car. So having that very practical software which tells you the size and the needs of the body, brilliant. Then you don't bump to each other, and you know how to follow the empty space while moving. But having the illusion of self existing through time, that is only, as far as we know, human capacity. It's because, again, of the capacity to memorize, reflect, the language, all of that creates the illusion of persistent self existing through time. But what is persistent and what is always there, doesn't matter when you check, because you always check here, so you always check now, so there really is no time, is the presence. Is the presence of consciousness or presence of existence. You're not unaware, you're not unconscious, you're not absent, and you're obviously not dead. If you prefer to be dead, you would be. It's too easy. So Sat-Chit-Ananda, being, knowing, and loving to be. That's the reality. Nothing else. Your shape, your size, your image of yourself is not the reality. It's an illusion, it's a dream. And there's nothing wrong with the dream, because people expect that, oh, dream should end. And now if the dream ends, I'll have to go to some sort of a samadhi and let flies go into my eyes and never feed myself, and someone else will feed because the dream has ended. Don't worry about that. Life has created that beautiful dream to give itself a thrill of experiencing and expressing it, expressing itself as the song or as a book or as a cry or as anything. So dream is not your problem. Love it. Oh, that was the other part. Love all of it or none of it. And when Nisargadatta says love all of it or none of it, he doesn't give you any choice, because there is no you to choose. But if there is a tendency to appreciate the dream, include everything. Include the pain, include the sorrow. Because without it, you wouldn't know pleasure, you wouldn't know joy. The dream has to be dualistic. It has to be up and down, black and white, day and night, winter and summer. Otherwise, there is no winter and summer, day and night, black and white. It can only appear dualistically because it is an appearance. So the dream will go on and the pains and pleasures will go on. But if they're not personal, if they're not mine, if they are just a movie on the screen, that they can be appreciated. The moments of grief can be quite beautiful, can be absolutely sweet and heart-opening and delightful. The moment of longing, any moment, fresh and new, if it's not mine, which is not, because there is no self. If you try and find the self, try and find that little creature, what do you think you are? Nobody ever did. No Buddhas, no Jesuses, no huge great messengers ever found any self. It's just the absence of self, of separate self, and the presence of that unified field of knowing, which is expressing itself, the unified field of energy. Energy is easy. Bob uses energy. Everything is an energy. Energy is movement. The field, the static, empty field, has the potential of moving. And it moves, vibrates. In that vibration, particular frequency of vibration will make a sound. Other vibration will make a light, visible light, invisible light, X-ray, whatever, electromagnetic waves of all sorts of lengths. And the subatomic particles are also a movement, also a vibration. They create all the matter. That's again another way of pointing to the fact that this is just one energy field vibrating into everything. But even that is not necessary. Nobody has to study the physics to know frequencies of vibration. It doesn't matter. Because in direct experience, this moment is all there is. And its content is all there isn't. It's just a dream, just like at night. You sleep and you dream. And where is it? Where is it now? Where is that moment 5 minutes ago? It's a fleeting, passing phenomena. It's like a movie. And if you are not invested heavily, oh, this movie, it shouldn't be this way, but I'm not finding myself there. I'm not home. I'm not there yet. Well, then it's a nightmare. But it doesn't have to be this way. It's just giving up that ridiculously beautiful, but also very inflaming dream of eternal ecstasy or cosmic union and bliss. They are not completely off the menu. No, absolutely you can have a moment of bliss. I mean, goodness, you can have thousands of moments of bliss, but they will come and go. And they will come of their own. They are not it. They happen in it, in the consciousness that you are, the moment of excruciating pain and the moment of absolute pleasure. They happen in that what you are.
I moved, but nothing to add to that. Anyone? Questions?
No? Okay. Oh yeah, I got a question. No question, comment. I think it is. Jordan. No next step. Nothing to find. Nothing to lose. No practice. No progress. You are that. Before the thought of being someone arose. Stop. See. This is it. Gorgeous. That is beautiful, Jordan. That was such a gorgeous summary. Absolutely. And Heyman says, move on, bottle of water away from Bob's picture.
Who's thirsty?
Granted. Yeah, in some cultures they actually feed their dead ones. You know, they bring food on the grave and the drinks, and that's sweet too. It's another way of looking at the world, the expression of that one life as Eve is one energy. And if the dream gets lighter, you may find the guts to just call it love. Normally, that may actually be quite inflammatory for people who have been through a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, saying everything is love. Oh shit, just cut it down, that stupid slogan. I mean, no, everything is pain. Buddha said life is suffering. Well, yes, it can be. But if you see deeper, if you see behind every single piece of narrative and every single suffering as the movement of love, you know, the thought, I am not good enough. I'm unworthy of being around. I don't want to be here. I hate myself. How can you see it as love speaking? Well, isn't it obvious? I don't want to hate myself. Just prove to myself that I'm good enough. This is the tantrum. This is the narrative throwing a tantrum. I don't want to feel this way because I love myself. I want to feel good. I don't want to be depressed. So even the movement towards shutting down the mind, even the suicidal ideations are love speaking. Suffering, I don't want that. I don't want to suffer because there is a loving care behind every movement, behind every crime, behind every act of violence. sometimes, and more often than not perhaps, that love is quite misguided. Because, and again, this is another beautiful quote from Nisargadatta when he says that everything is love. He says, love can be for me and the mine, and then it is really, really small, really confined. I'll steal from you, so I have it. I'll kill you, so I'm safe. So there is just that illusion of separation and fueling that self-love as fueling the confinement of the body or cage. Or, he says, love can be for me and mine, or it can explode and embrace the universe. If you realize that you are not just that little tiny body, that love includes the universe. The whole universe, the whole dream happening, you are the projector of that dream. You are part of the dream. The projector is also a part of the dream. So everything's included. But that love part is just a label. Bob calls it intelligence, energy. People call it awareness. People call it God, omnipresence, omnipotence, omniscience. It doesn't matter how it is called because it is not it. When we talk about it, it feels like there is something out there. Awareness. What is awareness? And the discussion I had with our friend Tony, the other one. You are all wrong. You are saying that there is something there, that there is life essence, or there is awareness. There's nothing there. I say, says who? Nothing. Oh, no, that's just the conventional language. Well, isn't there aliveness that enable you to question everything? Oh, no, we don't go. We don't look into that direct experience. No, we just continue philosophical questioning. We don't look at the fact that there is a presence speaking, and the presence is not a thing. It is the most intimate experience of pure existence. It is not a thing. You can't put the finger on it. You can't draw a circle around it. You can't assign any attributes to it. It is pre-sensory. It really is no thing. No thing exists, but it's not a nothing either. That no thing, that which is not a thing, your essential self, your heart, your essence of what you are, the I am, the pure presence, is not a thing, but it is the field in which everything arises. And when I say field again is not a thing. It's not the absence of thing either, it's neither. It's neither everything nor nothing. It's completely beyond the comprehension of that processor. The processor is a vibration. The mind, the thought, the thinking capacity is just a vibration. How is the vibration ever embrace, comprehend stillness? The whole field of stillness. It's even ridiculous to assume that it can. How the noise of the mind can ever get into the silence in which that noise appears? It can't. So the answer, again, another important thing around the search, dispel the illusion that there is something to get for someone in the alleged future. Question that illusion and dispel it. But also realize there cannot be an answer to the search in the thinking. It cannot. People say, oh yes, I understand, but it is so difficult. It is not. It is impossible. It's not difficult, it's impossible. It cannot happen through conceptualization. It cannot, the understanding cannot be given, written down, and here, now you get it, now you learn that, and you repeat it 20 times as a mantra a day, and you know it now. No, the you that wants to have that formula is illusory, and so is the formula. But that which never changes is already present. That you, your essential nature, which is no thing, the pure existence, is already shining forth, obscured a little bit by ideas, but those ideas can be easily questioned. There is nothing to get, there is no way to get it, and there is no future. This is it. This moment is it. The presence is there. The Sat-Chit-Ananda, the being is here, undeniably.
No one can stop being right now. The experience of being, or the knowing of being, the awareness of presence is there right now. You may dispute that, oh, well, when I'm in coma, that maybe it is not, but hello, we're talking about right now.
Oh.
I remember when I first came in, he said, if your mind is just going at a million miles, he said, just allow the silence of the breath in the now, and just keep going. And as soon as you do that, the quietness of the breath takes it away from the mind that wants to solve the problem, and you've already solved the problem in the now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Bob said. That's that breath, and he was sitting here on this chair going, just let it go out. Just let it out.
The thought right out with the exhalation.
Yeah, he just said, and surrender. Really, I think I shared at the other meeting. Just surrender in the now, because surrendering is not giving up the white flag. Surrendering is powerful, because with that breath, you've let it all go. Yeah.
That's it. Watch the mind. Sure, see how it works, but leave it there. That's it. Stop. Stop there.
And the silence of the breath will just, all of a sudden you've got that peace. But the mind, you see that the mind can't solve the problem. It can't. We all get trapped in it, and I still do. But sometimes when you just let go of that breath, it's gone. It's that peace that everyone wants.
That's it. And, but there is this, the seeker belief, the seeker impression of oneself, the little self, the striving, the grasping, the reaching, the I need to change. That is the impediment, because you are that right now. There's nothing to get. Nothing to change. Yet there is this, but I need to understand it conceptually with the mind. That's such a trap, isn't it?
I know that thinks if I get it, like my whole life I was trying to find who I was. I thought that there was something wrong with me my whole life. And and I did things and I achieved things, but nothing happened. It didn't change me because I wasn't meant to change.
There's nothing wrong.
Did you?
There's nothing wrong.
Yeah.
My whole life I did things. I trekked mountains in New Guinea. I ran a marathon. I did further study. And really, it doesn't make any difference.
Looking. Where are you? You're out there somewhere.
And the swear words would come out. What's wrong with me? I used to say. Until you start to realise there's nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong. Even on a logical level, how can an object comprehend pure subjectivity? How is that even, if you want to conceptualize something, conceptualize that. And just go meh and relax if you can. Find yourself to do that.
It takes a bit of practice.
Does it?
It's only that.
I know it's only now, but in the mind, you have to. It just takes a bit of practice.
This is the mind.
I know.
Yeah. You can't be anything other than that.
No.
That's the beauty of the incredible illusion. The power of it. Seeming power of it. It's really nothing.
And when you're in the grip of it, it's hell. But then when you look back and it's just the dream, and you laugh. I laugh at the stupid things that I used to think.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
Yeah.
That's a joke, really, isn't it?
Yes.
More and more you see it. Yeah.
Yes, and as Bob says, leave the dream alone, unaltered, unmodified, uncorrected. Dream is not your problem. Leave it as it is. Leave it alone and see how everything unfolds by itself. There is You don't have to worry about your next thought. You don't have to worry about your next breath. You are being lived. When the action is required, the incentive will come, the urge will come. You can completely relax and see where it is going to take you. See how life is moving you, is leaving you, is breathing you, is growing your hair. There is nothing to do. There's totally nothing to do. Just relax back, be the space, and enjoy the miracle of every moment being fresh and new unfold right in front of your eyes. And marvel at it. You can't get anything wrong. You can't do anything right either, because you're not the doer. There's no you to do anything. But as life, allow yourself to dance, to sing, to fuck up. You're not doing that either. You know, if you have a pattern of behavior that may be socially awkward or unaccepted, it will keep running until it doesn't. And who cares? In the greater scheme of things, if Buddha didn't meet the old guy, the dead guy, and the sick guy, he wouldn't have looked within. So maybe you need to be a little bit of a pain for someone else to look within. Allow life to use even you. If that action is required, just get out of the way. There is nothing wrong with you. The behavior is happening according to the conditioning. You're not doing any of it. Just relax and enjoy the ride, because the ride it is. The dream it is. And living the dream while it is, that's if there is any purpose for life to dream of separation, that's it. That's it. See reflection of itself in everything. And this is already within. Again, there is nothing to get. You are already present and aware. The mind will come and say, but this is not enough. I want more. But this mind which says I is not your essential self. Like Tanya was saying, the object, the mind is an object. You can witness the narrative, you can hear the narrative. Obviously, you are the capacity for hearing. You're not the yap, yap, yap translator. So if the object can be watched, that's not your essential self. The narrative can be known. That's not your essential self. See how mechanical it is. Look through the day and see how those voices, this yapping mind, is just doing what it has been conditioned to do. There's nothing wrong with that. Let it do it. Don't touch it. Laugh at it. Relax. If there is any attention, if there is a possibility for any attention to relax out of that seriousness of life, that importance of things, and in that relaxation of that seriousness, trust that everything unfolds as it should. And the bodies do have expiry date. The dream allegedly will end, but not right now. So no need to, although they are also school of thoughts that, die daily, die momentarily. Those are good pointers too. Pointers are just to resonate. No pointer contains the truth. It's the energy behind the pointer that is the same one life essence. But the pointer is already nama rupa, it's already put in language. So every pointer can be pulled apart. It's not it. But because you already know it fully, 100%, you're already absolutely certain, 100% without a doubt that you exist. You can't stop it. That certainty, that knowing is beyond the mind. Because you already have that everything inside, the whole Sadguru, the whole certainty of presence, you may resonate with pointers. They may resonate because you can't learn it, but it is already in there. That you are, inevitable, undeniable, shining fully already, slightly obscured by the ideas that this is wrong, this has to be fixed, the other one, and there is a me in the way. There is no me in the way. It's just the illusion of self. It's just that operational software. That little chat GPT speaking in a voice, in accent that, or Siri or whatever. It's just the operational program which narrates in the language of duality. That's not you. That's just part of the body. Just like you don't produce your saliva. You don't produce the sweat on your skin or digestive juices. It's just part of of your car, of your vehicle. So you can just witness the miracle of that vehicle running by itself and be mind blown by the way everything falls into place. And if it doesn't, that's perfect too, because again, without the pain, there would be no pleasure. Without the winter, there would be no summer. So if things don't fall into a place, that is probably a little bit of narrative involved in judging, that it should be different than it is. And that's impossible. It is as it is, unaltered, unmodified, uncorrected. Your job is to be a presence, the witnessing presence, allowing things to unfold as they do, not to fix them. And it's not to say that fixing won't happen, but you are the presence witnessing the fixing also, witnessing arguing, fighting, struggling, throwing tantrums, having narratives. All of that is happening on the screen, is the changing phenomena of the movie, but the screen, the presence in which it happens, is still untouched, unchanged. And that is your essential nature. I think we have contribution. Jordan says, nothing needs fixing, nothing needs changing. You already are what you seek, and whether you get it or not doesn't fucking matter. This apparent you trying to work it out is just a thought. Drop it or don't. Makes no difference to what you are. Brilliant. Absolutely no difference. Whether there is a belief in self or there is no belief in self, whether you will ever realize that this belief is just a belief, the you is already free. The presence is already free. There is no you that can awaken from the you. There is no you that can realize that there is no you. The realization that there is no you cannot happen to you. So what realizes? What realized, that the sky isn't blue even though it appears blue? It is the pure knowing, When you see a mirage, and then there is a belief that there is something solid, and then it just blows with the wind, no mirage. The idea comes, this is me, I saw it. But no, it's a clear seeing, it's a pure seeing. In the field of seeing, that mirage disappeared, that Santa Claus was disguised. So there is a pure knowing which realizes the illusion of self. And in that pure knowing, the illusion of self crumbles. And there is no other self to say, I saw it. If there is anyone who tells you, oh, I'm enlightened, or I got it, laugh them in the face. Who got it? There's no one there. There is no one who knows anything more. There is no guru, no master, no teacher who is better or more knowledgeable or worthy than you are. Your existence and their existence is equal. It's just one thought away, that one illusion that may be a little bit clouding that awareness, but it doesn't touch it. It doesn't touch it. The screen is untouched by whatever is on the movies. You may believe that you are this or that or the other, but the screen on which that movie is casted is none of it. It's like Bob's metaphor of cowboys and Indians shooting each other on the screen. And after the movie ends, there is no holes in the screen. There is no fire that burns the screen. It's a cosmic joke. The one that is laughing at the cosmic joke is not a self, it's not me, it's not a person. It's just laughing, the pure laughing. When a cosmic joke is seen, and you see that the costume that the life put on temporarily to experience and express is not your essential self. It's just a costume. And who is laughing? Pure laughing. There doesn't have to be anyone. There's no one to get enlightened. There's no one to get liberated. No one to find eternal peace. It is there when the mind is not. And it is there even when the mind does its job. Just like the cars are making its job in making a noise outside that apartment, mind does its job by making a noise within. It's the same noise, the noise of the traffic and the noise of that interpreting services that are constructing the narrative is the same noise. You are the space in which that noise is cognized, the cognizing emptiness. Everything that appears is known in that space. And that space is nothing. There's nothing there.
And it's silent.
Yep.
Life is silent. It doesn't, life has no requirement for symbolic language. Life doesn't, put things in terms of do or don't, or does or doesn't, or good or bad. Beep. Yeah, life is silent. Silent.
But you are silent too. May you contribute.
Very quiet today.
Ask questions. Tell us how you see
Brendan.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
Put me on the spot. Okay.
Yes.
I guess awareness is the true looker, I guess. So our senses, what's seen is limited to that, and what we hear is limited to that. But if we are aware of what we're hearing, it's limited to the content. But awareness isn't limited to any of what's seen or what we're hearing.
Yeah, beautiful.
It's the true looker. It's not. And we're aware of our body. So there's no limitations at all.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I guess we're aware that where the seeing is happening and what is seen. So yeah, awareness is the looker, true looker.
Yeah. The open field.
Yeah.
Everything's included in it. That's what you are. Come on, Joe, give us a little. No? She can speak with nature. She can speak tongues of the birds and things. We all birds. We all totality.
We are such stuff as dreams are made of.
Yeah.
And the stuff of dreams is the awareness. Everything comes from that. And what dreams shall we dream?
Let's find out. Oh, yes, please.
So it's the awareness that is cognizing the emptiness. That's
They
my
one.
question. Hey?
They are one.
They are one.
Yes. Emptiness and awareness are just two labels for the same field, openness, presence.
So when you're in awareness, you're actually
Awareness.
you're cognizing the emptiness. Is that what we're saying?
It really is the emptiness knowing itself through the reflection in the dream.
Emptiness knowing itself.
Yes, through the reflection. You are. When you look within, there is no one there. There is just pure presence, pure emptiness. But you know that you exist.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they call it cognizing emptiness or awareness of presence.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
The same thing. It's just a different label.
Confused
Yes,
with
yes.
the
Labels can
labelings.
be confusing.
It's like when you say, Tanya, when you say that the stillness is there all the time,
Yes.
but because that is that label stillness, then go looking for stillness. So that's how the mind works.
And then look, you're looking. What's looking? When you go looking,
The mind.
can you find it?
No.
Can you find this mind?
No, you can't. Yeah, but it's the human nature that always does it without us even being aware of what we are doing.
Yeah, let it
Is
do
that
it.
what it is?
Don't bother with it.
No, but if we do that, then we continue in our ignorance. It's only when you're aware of it that you maybe stop doing it or not be bothered by it.
Yeah, you're right. Notice doing happening. That's right. Notice that it's happening.
Yeah, the noticing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But the you, the seeming you, doesn't have to do anything. When you look, you can't find the little you, the mini me, the name and form, the name. You can't find it. It's all just happening. That word grace is used as a way of trying to express that there's no controller, there's no individual minds controlling, there's no one doing, you're not the causal agent, it's just happening.
Yeah.
And there's no one to judge you or to be judged.
But it is a journey. It is a journey to get there.
I find that all those knowings, lookings, all of that, they just all don't exist in the experience of what's there when you're not thinking about it. What's there when nothing is showing? It's just nothing at all. So there's no sense here anyway, no sense of knowingness, consciousness, awareness, looking at an ultimate looker. There's just nothing popping up about anything. And later there might be memory of a visual. And that's it, really. And then joy pops up, you know.
And joy pops up. Yes.
Joy pops up.
Yes.
I mean, yeah. Oh, sorry. Go. No, you go.
No, that was it.
Oh no, Bob used to say you're not your mind and you're not your body. So when you're here in silence without thinking, there's no body there. Like there's no body, you don't even know that there's a body there when you're really just sitting in the now in silence. And if you just look around the room, they say, you see things, you see the people here, you see the roof or whatever. But if you don't label it, it's just there too. Everything is just there in stillness and space. We're not the mind and body, but sometimes when you're really in silence, without thinking, there's nothing there. You feel like there's just awareness or energy or whatever, but no mind and body. And that's what's seeing everything.
Like a dream.
Yeah.
Even the feeling of energy is just a memory that pops up later on with a kind of noticing notion, not even spelled out, not even worded out, but it's just kind of a notion. But again, that's not in this pure silence. Yeah.
Anyone? If not, I'll read you just a little fragment. This is the book that I wrote a few years ago, and because we are on space, silence, and stillness, I have beautiful quotes. I'm quoting Bob in the book. So it starts from Bob saying everything is a content of space. Space is nothing. Can anything come from nothing? No. So the content must be that space too. All manifestation is just an appearance, an illusion, the no-thing. They call it Maya. Space or emptiness is vibrating into forms, shapes, and patterns, appearing as things. It's a beautiful genesis here. And I say, yet things look like they are separated by space between them. Sounds are separated by silence between them. Thoughts by gaps between them. Movement is known in the background of stillness. And Bob says, for things to appear, they have to appear dualistically. There cannot be sound without silence, darkness without light. There is no one-ended stick. Every stick has two ends, yet it is one stick. Without the duality, there is no appearance. But when you look closer, is the darkness anything other than the absence of light? Is the light anything other than the absence of darkness? There is only one essence, vibrating into multitude of forms. And I say, word only appears to be, just like the dream at night. The dream doesn't have any real existence. Cities, people, and mountains only appear to be. Activities, challenges, and encounters are only appearances in the space of the dreaming mind. As you wake up, they are all gone. Have they ever really existed? Nothing has ever happened. All merely temporarily believed into existence when attention sustains it. And Bob says, space is not obscured or contaminated by its content. When content is overlooked, the background shines forth. When attention is on the screen or space itself, the subtle joy, subtle love of being is experienced. That's the invitation to check and verify. See for yourself. Is it true what he's saying? And now I say the physical body is space shaped into a pattern of the body. Every thought is space formed into a pattern of thought. Form and formless are space. Can you be anything other than space? Emptiness, vastness of sky, space, silence, stillness is vibrating into forms. Everything is that, one, forming into various shapes, fashions, and patterns. Sound waves are vibrations. Thought waves are vibrations. And matter is energy. E equals mc square. Light, heat, gravity, everything is that. You must be that one too. Leave thoughts and things as they are. They will move on. Recognize what they are appearing on. That's all that needs to be done. Leave your responses to thoughts and things as they are as well. Recognize them as vibrating patterns of energy appearing in stillness. And the final quote from Bob. What is the first thing that you see right now? What is the closest to your eyeballs? Isn't that space? But we don't notice it. We focus on things instead of relaxing into space. And then I have an exercise on spacing out, but that won't go there. So really, you can't run away from it. It's everything there is. Everything. Like in Buddhism, they say that emptiness is form. Form is emptiness. And that awareness of presence, which is no thing, which is space-like awareness, an open field of knowing, is never not here. And that is what you are. Whatever appears in it, leave it alone. The judgment appears in it. So what? The action appears in it. Okay. Being that curious open field of discovering what is the next moment gonna be, what is the next scene gonna be, really makes the dream fun, makes it lighter. And looking for space, you can't get out of space. You don't have to find space. It is never not here. Everything is because of space. It's not the space that is the absence of something. The absence and the presence appear in that space. It's not a physical space which we conceptualize as some field. But in the absence of a better words is good enough of a pointer. But that space that you are, you look behind your eyes, there's nothing there, and yet is seeing. And it is actually a pretty sweet. I have that exercise somewhere in the book as well. Just really focusing behind and see what is seeing. And let it see. Let it see. It's not me looking. It's not I looking. It is it. It is that pure field of consciousness looking now. What is the field of consciousness gonna see? You can go about the day and let it see. Let it hear. Let it judge. Let it fuel or furnish the whole dream with commentary, with whatever it does. And if you can relax enough attention to just witness whatever arises, then it may be a possibility to not engage, to not put that fuel on the fire. Because if the thought arises, I'm not good enough, and another thought arises, oh, I'm doing it again, and another thought arises, oh, I should stop, I need to meditate more, and then the cascade of thoughts completely takes off the attention, and you can't even hear the birds or smell the roses. Nothing wrong with that either. If the life wants to experience itself as that trap, as that cage of concept and a slave of the psychological suffering, that's fine too. If you can relax and let life experience the suffering, that part which is relaxed and aware of that experience is your essential self. And the more of that relaxed attention, the more it grounds that essential self. And the more the suffering becomes an appearance. It's not me suffering anymore. It's something that is witnessed in the presence, is an object. The narrative, commenting or complaining, that is a narrative. Initially, it feels like this is me, this is I'm speaking, this is serious, this is personal. But the more of the relaxed attention, any ounce of attention that is released from that energy of belief, released from the content of narrative, is the free attention. It is free to witness. So that's the way how to do it, by non-doing. Relaxing is non-doing. We habitually focus the attention into thinking. Well, apart from the situations, and everybody loves traveling, being in exotic places, because there's so much attention engaged in the unfamiliar places, seeing, hearing, there is not much space for thinking. That's why we all constantly distract ourselves with food, with addictions, so the other senses are engaged and there's less thinking. But relaxing thinking is possible at any moment, noticing thinking. Noticing that thinking is going on, without much engagement with the content of it, just noticing the activity. And that which notice is that free attention, is that essential self, is that field of processing capacity which has been released from the need to process, is free. That's the freedom. And ultimately, the whole field may relax. And now, who is speaking? Who cares? I never said a word. There is no I to say a word. It's just how the energy expresses. And so do you. Only the pattern of taking credit for speaking may still be running. So watch it. See that pattern and it will relax. I think we have another comment here. Jordan, you rock today. That's beautiful. I'm absolutely appreciative. Thank you for that beautiful contribution. Jordan says, stop worshipping your chains. Wow. Slice them. Crush every whimpering thought of becoming. You are the fire, not the ash. The path you think you are on, this path you're thinking you are on, It's a fucking joke. You are already the source, wild, whole, and mercilessly free. Wow. Yeah, you rock.
Limitless.
Beautiful.
How beautiful, you know. How amazing. How ridiculous, but joyful and awesome.
Yes.
Amazing. This life's life. Life is lifing right now. All of this is, you know, life speaking to life itself. And there's already a knowing, an intrinsic knowing. Yes, you know, God trying to talk God around. How crazy the whole thing is. But how much fun, huh?
Yeah. So yeah, what a dream. Thank you, everyone, especially those who contribute. But thank you for your presence. Whether you contribute or not, you contribute, because the presence is priceless, and we share that dream. And thank you for sharing the dream.